quick note on our gospel, and then I'll move on to our lesson prayer for the day. In our gospel, the Mark version of the walking on the water is different from any other of the synoptic gospels. The Mark gospel is the shortest gospel of all of the synoptic gospels, of all of the gospels in all. But he has two lines that the other gospels don't have. He says, and I'll read it to be sure, they had not understood the incident of the loaves. On the contrary, their hearts were hardened. The disciples and the apostles, because remember, within the group, there's a whole muddle of them. There's the 12 apostles that aren't yet named, but there's more than 100 disciples. Some of them are true believers. Some of them are just hangers-on. They have FOMO. And some of them are spies for the Pharisees. So those who are the true believers, they are blinded, and the apostles, they are blinded from being allowed to understand what that loaves miracle means. They can't understand the power it took to take 5 loaves and 2 fishes and feed 5,000 people to satisfaction. Many of these people had not eaten but scraps in weeks. And the fact that the line, their hearts were hardened upon seeing him walk on water, this was the people of the Pharisees. They had already been hardened by the loaves. They saw his power and they were plotting his death. They knew he must die. He is too dangerous to keep around, because someone with this much power, this much charisma, he was dangerous to the Pharisees, dangerous to the power of the scribes. He had to die. That is what those lines mean. Now today, instead of a lesson, I've written a prayer for Australia, which also has lesson features to it. We are witness to the fires of Australia, caused by the destruction wrought by human change, the gift that God has given to all creatures, the earth. And we are called to prayer as a result. We pray that all humans, especially the leaders of groups and their listeners, their followers, admit that which has been put before them repeatedly by God, that the earth's climate is changing as a direct and provable result of human use and abuse of coal and other carbon-based fuels. That humans must, each and every one, change their behavior so as to stop the damage, to be allowed to survive on this once beautiful creation, and that humans must immediately begin restoration work, immediately to return the earth to the state of the pre-industrial revolution within the next century. It will take about 100 years to return those parts of the world that can be restored. The innocent creatures of the world are depending on us, the destroyers of the world, to wise up, to look at the world with realistic eyes and see the damage, such as the destroyed rainforest, the lungs of our planet. They are called the lungs of the planet because they take in the carbon monoxide and exchange it for oxygen. Just 5 years ago, the Amazon forest used to be able to exchange all of the world's air every 3 weeks. Now it can't do it in even 6 months' time because so much has been deliberately burnt down and destroyed. They're not fires that are caused by accident. They are deliberate. Destroyed too are the Arctic and Antarctic sea ice as a result of the warming. Previously, 6 years ago, these supported the second most diverse animal life in the world, but it has suffered and is suffering the greatest simultaneous species die-off since the death of the dinosaurs. Australia has occurring in front of our eyes the greatest loss of wildlife on the planet in recorded human history. Never before has the entire wildlife of an entire continent been threatened by a single event, one fire. Yes, there are over 129 individual fires, but today 17 merged into one more massive blaze, and this keeps recurring. No fire is more than 5% contained. Kangaroos, wallabies, wombats, and other of the unique fauna of Australia can run or fly away. Koala bears can't. They can only climb higher to their deaths. Hundreds are dying the horrible slow death of dehydration prior to the arrival of fires. That is why you keep seeing video of these wild animals approaching humans for a drink of water. Lord, you love these blessed, special, unique creatures. You created for just your beloved down under, knowing that the humans and animals would live in harmony there as nowhere else in the world. Please look upon these precious creatures of yours, Lord, and have mercy. We humans can't fight this fight if you aren't actively on our side, or if you wish to teach us a lesson. Please, Lord, do not cause any more suffering upon these animals, these sweet, innocent creatures, which you especially created. Give the pain to the companies and leaders who have not seen the light. Please, oh please, most loving and merciful God, see the wee koala bears unable to escape the fires. Save them. See the kangaroos with the joeys in their pouch, racing through the smoke to find water to drink, to hide by. Save them. And the great, beautiful, resourceful Australian people. They are so conscious of the environment. Decades before anyone else, in the 1970s, they conserved water. Decades ahead of the world, they were at renewable energy. Reward this advanced thinking, Lord. Don't destroy all of the great environmental beauty they have redeemed in honor and glorify you. Save them, Lord. Please. Help them. Mercy, we beg of you, mercy. And show your love to Australia and those wee creatures again. Love those little koala bears again. We beg of you.